Alright, your sensors. I'm going to start with this one. This is an infrared line following sensor. The one on this side, as you're looking at it, the slightly blue one, that is the transmitter. So that produces infrared light. If it reflects off something, then this one here will receive it. And now at the moment, I've got it wired up with the ground into the ground and the VCC into the 5 volts. That's the same as what you've got on your robots. But my middle one, which is the signal wire, which it says out on there, this one I've got wired into the voltmeter. Now there is also, in the middle here, is a little screw thing. Now hopefully you don't have to fiddle with that, but if you do, we'll get to that in a minute. So what happens if you watch, if I put this against the white line, notice the height I've got is about 2 centimeters there. The voltmeter is now reading 0 volts. If I put it against the black line, which means that the infrared is not being reflected, it's 4.88 volts. Now incidentally, if you look at the lights on it, because it's got a light on it, when it's seeing the white line, there is a little LED illuminated underneath it. You should just be able to see it reflected on the board there. When it's over the black line, it's not on. So you can see it's not on, and now it is on. So the voltage is 0 on a white line, or 5 volts or high on a black line. So if we do analog read on these, and we've got the height right, so the light's coming on, then when it's on the white line, you'll be analog read low, and when it's on the black line, it would be analog read high. So that's how those ones work. The little thing here is for adjusting the sensitivity. So if I give it a turn, not the easiest to turn though. So I give it a turn that way, so I turned it anti-clockwise as you're looking at it. You see, it is now has to be lower in order to trigger itself. And if I gave it a turn the other way, so I turn it clockwise, but I turn it past where it was, it's now a bit higher. So if it's not reading the line, then you're probably going to have to turn it clockwise as you're looking at it. Now I think some of you who've got as far as this might have that problem. So at the moment, you see it still reads the line even that high, which is about 4 centimeters. If I go over the black line, it turns off. So if you're finding it's not reading the line very well, or it's not seeing the white very well, the light's not coming on when it's on white, then you need to turn that little screw there very carefully about 45 degrees, and then it should work. So John, I think you might be at that stage now. Alright, so we'll pause there. I'll get the other one out and show you that in case you need it. Okay, so this is the other one which you've got, which are the cheaper ones from AliExpress, but actually surprisingly work amazingly well. This doesn't have an adjuster on it. The wiring is slightly different. As you're looking at it from this side, it goes ground 5 volts into the Arduino. So these ones on this side is ground, 5 volts in the middle. Sorry, say that again. This one here is the one which we're reading. The one in the middle is the 5 volts, and the white one there is the ground. It's written on it, just plug it in. But again, you see I plugged my signal wire into the voltmeter. Now if you look, on the white line, it's reading 5 volts. And on the black line, it's reading 0 volts. So black line reads 0, and white line reads 4.8. which is the opposite way round from this one. Now, this one actually starts working about that height. There's no adjustment, it already works at that height, which is about 4 or 5 centimeters, which is just more than the height you need, but it will still pick up the black line without any problems. It goes down to 0 on the black line. So if your ones that you've got, these ones, really are having problems, then you need to swap them out. That's why I gave you them. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do you another video a little bit more about the idea of how the tracing works, the line tracing. But you shouldn't really need it, because it should be, you should be able to work out those if statements yourself. It shouldn't be that difficult. So what I might do is in the next video I might do about the package. There's also a better video which I'm going to put on Classroom, which has got the better video of my robot doing the package. Now my robot still has to be iterated because I want an excellence. Now the iteration means that I need to make it a bit more dramatic, I think, when it actually gets to the station and needs a package putting on it or taking off. So I'm going to get it to play a sound as well, and I might get my LEDs to be a bit more dramatic as well. And also I need to charge the batteries, and I need to fix the wheel that keeps on falling off. Now charging the batteries and fixing the wheel is not iteration, it's actually just debugging and making sure it works properly. That's more like achieved level. Anyway, let us know how you get on. Thanks.